January 12th, 1980, and this is Bob Smith and his father,
Yeah.
Emmet Smith, okay? And he's going to now sing about Gallows Hill.
Yeah.
Here you go.
In the year of '87, in the merry month of June, the birds were singing gaily and the roses in for bloom. As pretty Mary left her home, her lover to go see, down by the rolling ocean that proved her destiny. Down by the rolling ocean, young Mary chanced to stray. She met her jealous lover, and this to her did say, Mary, once I love you, and you brought upon me shame. He drew a pistol from his belt and shot her through the brain. A rope was tied around her waist with a stony tongue. He went into the ocean and to the tide he flung. Said, very well, my Mary, on earth we'll meet no more. He turned his boat in silence and rode quickly for the shore. Her parents' broken hearted waited for her return. When the morning did appear, the truth of them did learn. And when they found her body down by young sandy glen, the truth that broke their bleeding heart no human tongue could tell. Oh, Willie, he was taken, in irons he was bound, and by a country magistrate conveyed to Charlottetown. The jury found him guilty, and the judge made this reply, for the murder of Mary Toplin on the gallows you must die. When Willie heard his sentence, his eyes filled with tears. And now I'm done, my race course is run, my last one hope is still. Little did my parents think in youthful days gone by, that the murder of Mary Toplin on the gallows I must die.
Over.
And that was the end of
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, what do you know about McNally's Wife?
Oh, well, it's Tommy Canally, my uncle.
Yeah,
And it was the wharf that crossed the East River over to Fort Augusta,
yeah,
you know.
right.
And that when you went down there, you paid 10 cents or whatever it was to cross. He'd take you across, you know, in the rowboat,
Yeah,
over to Fort Augusta.
uh-huh.
You know what I mean?
I remember being down there and Joe McNally was telling me that you and he used to pick potatoes or dig
Oh,
potatoes,
yeah,
something
yeah,
like that, and then
yeah.
go for a swim in the East River,
Yeah.
right down McNally's
Hey,
Wife.
my brother Harry and I, and Jimmy, I mean, they used to run down by McNally's bare naked and jump in the, in the river.
Right in the river.
Yeah. And the East River. It was salt water, you know, and cooler.
And I remember the day we were walking up and you started singing the song for me, McNally's Wife.
Yeah.
And it's all about a couple of guys that
Oh,
over
yeah.
on a boat.
No, they were going over to a dance over in Fort Augusta.
Right.
Oh, this is a funny one, if I can think of it all. It was underneath Easter Monday night. The rain was falling fast. All the boys and girls from Trackery and yielding to the blast walked down to Tom McNally's, their ankles deep in mud. To get Captain McNally to convey them over the flood. The ice and waves were rolling high, Tom's cherry ship was low, and over the rolling ocean he was afraid to go. They waited in the misty range of the water's calmer grew, that then prevailed in Captain Maxey to launch the bark canoe. They started from the silent shore. Wait now, we'll get it on now.
Okay.
They started from the They started from the silent shore.
Right.
Wait now, I have to get it.
Anyway, the
Wait now.
yeah.
Yeah, the music that was music that was
The music it was
music
coming
that was
and the
coming,
dancing it was
dancing
swell.
swell. Then I met the girl dancing at the swell. And the floor began to tremble, then project the card again. Jack McCarty was a great big guy, about 250, you know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyway, that was that Jack McCarty then. Oh gosh, I forget. Some of the 10-Man House boys, they from our town, you know.
Right. 10 Mile House.
And one fella got drunk and he started to kill. Walt Mountain tried to calm. That was Walter Mountain from our side. But his efforts proved in vain. Oh. Efforts proved in vain. Anyway, he lay down and fell asleep again.
What happened to Basil?
Oh, Basil was his name. Walt Mountain. Walter was a quiet guy, you know, and he tried to calm him.
Oh, I see.
Walter used to be out in the Klondike once when he came home and he had this big, you know, the Jetsons, you know, the big ones, one.
Yeah.
And he used to wear it all the time,
Uh-huh.
the Jetson hat. Walter was a nice guy, you know. He was trying to calm him down, you know. Led him to the cult room where he started up again. Failing fortune kindness, Lempsey gave way. Lempsey did give way. Anyway, it ended up with, it's so long I can't think of it. But it's a very good song. You know.
The last time we were down the island, you sang that thing from beginning to end.
Well, I'll think of it again.
15 minutes.
Huh?
You sang it for 15 minutes.
Anyway, the next song that's on the way, and Hale is just as glad as I did that Easter Day. But I can't think of some, you know. But there's one son of a gun married, coming down his daughter, and they had a big wedding there. And they had a great time. Everybody was dancing with it.
Yeah.
And my father and mother was there, and I was there.
And what was the song?
Oh, the song was...
You liked it a lot.
Well, I did like it, but it hit a lot of people, and you couldn't sing it in the open because you'd be hitting a lot of them, you know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean.
Uh-huh.
And the groom, he says, there's a man you don't meet every day. One night at a ball, he said, he's there before all. Follow me and you'll wear diamonds and nothing at all. No. The bride, she looked like that to be my cousin from the crown to her feet. Some say, no, that wouldn't be good, no. Bride, she looked like from the crown to her feet. She is bright and charming. Oh, that is nice. In the morning, our stomach began to play tag with the ribs. McFeely, he cried, "Oh, kill it, me boy." He was an old bachelor, you know. We may get some codfish or yellow bass squid. Our stomachs were aching for something forsaken. Came on to the other, we may yet get a bite, but our hopes were in vain, and before daylight came, all the cooks, they got drunk and were watching to fight. And heaps they were lying, some laughing, some crying, some drinking whiskey and some drinking tea. Any of the maskets, he finished at last. I began to make Sally Dennis of me. Sally Dennis is an old name, you know. You couldn't sing it. You couldn't sing it because it hit somebody, you know.
Everybody around the table was getting it.
Yeah, that's it. Wait, at home when we strolled at the morning daylight, and since we got home we were never more alone to a grand wedding party and a wintry night. Oh, they hit a lot of people, you know, and you couldn't sing it.
Yeah.
It was my cousin Fred Smith and, oh, there's a fight, and Johnny Jack Joe Smith made the song up. It was pretty well done, too, you know.
Yeah.
But it hit so many people that you had to be careful who you were singing it to.
By the way, we're watching a Bruins game between Denver and the Bruins, and there's a fight going on like it's unreal.
Look at them there.
Yeah, they're killing each other. But anyhow, tell me the story about Grandpa McNally.
Oh, well, there's nothing much to that,
Yeah.
you know. But Grandpa McNally, that my mother's father,
He was a sea captain, right?
yeah.
And he was
But
from,
his wife died, and
he was from Glasgow, right?
yeah, yeah, and he married Mrs. Murphy, you know.
Yeah.
And they went over in the road car to the church to get married.
Down St. Peter's Road?
Yeah, right over to the track of the church.
Right.
And my father was up there,
And the boys
waiting
were
for
there?
the boys to get the water from the spring.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he said, Granddad McNally, have you gone mad? Boys, pick up the water. You know, he was outspoken. He wouldn't hold anything back.
Yeah. He was a tough little guy.
Yeah.
Was he a big man or a small man or what?
Who? Grandpa McNally?
Yeah.
Oh, no, he was too big.
Uh-huh.
But, of course, I don't remember that. I was born then.
What was Mr. Justice like?
Well, that's my father. Was
That's right.
Just.
Fair play.
Oh, yeah, he was a great guy. Great man.
Was he a big man or what?
Yeah, pretty good size.
Yeah.
Yeah. He'd give you a woman, and then a few minutes later he'd be holding you by the hand.
Yeah.
You know, he never, you know.
Where'd you all live then?
Huh?
Where'd you live then? On St. Peter's Road there?
Yeah, right there in that house. You know, they sold that place for $500 at Fitzpatrick,
Uh-huh.
and I didn't know anything about it. You know, I could have, Emmet burnt the house down.
Uh-huh.
It was an old house, but
Yeah.
if I had known it, I'd have given $300 or $400 for the house.
Yeah.
And I could have fixed it up, and we'd have a big place to go down there and live there in the summer.
Yeah.
But he was a nice fella, you know, but, you know, he sold the place for $500, I heard, to Fitzpatrick's there.
Yeah.
That run the pig plant, you know.
Tell me a little bit about, you remember the time that your mother and father went across the ice in the East
Oh,
River
yeah, oh, yeah.
in the sleigh?
Oh, yeah, they used to go over to Port Augustus, over to Dalton's house,
Mm-hmm.
Jim Dalton, you know, Anna Dalton and I are first cousins.
Yeah, I remember meeting him.
He lives in Belmont.
Right.
We used to go over there and stay, you know, in the afternoon, having dinner. There'd be no mass in our place, we'd be at another parish. So they were coming home this night over the river, and they must have ran into a spring hole, and the horse was right down, plunked through the ice.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and he was swimming there. I don't know how. Well, I guess horses got a front feet that can push them out.
Mm-hmm.
But he hollered, help, help, and someone came down, however they knew it,
Yeah.
and we got a rope under his belly and give him a little hit.
And they pulled him right out of the ice.
Cut the shafts off the sleigh and pushed it back.
Right.
My mother was sitting in the sleigh, you know.
I see.
It was a driving sleigh, you know. And we got him out.
It's unbelievable.
And they took him up to Tommy Canal and put rugs on him and dried him out. And they came home that night, they had Tommy Canal's wood sleigh and the box sleigh on top of it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't know how on earth. Well, there's been a lot of action like that. Horses getting in the ice, you know.
Yeah.
But they seem to be able to, they got a lot of strength in their front feet that would pull them out. I don't know how.
Kick up there.
But sometimes they put a rope around their throat and kind of strangle them, and then they float, you know.
Uh-huh.
But I don't know. I never ran into that, but there has been a lot of,
Well, I suppose, especially in the salt water, too, that's going to help.
that helps too, I guess. But he hollered, I suppose, help, and they came down and cut the scabs out of the sleigh and got the horse out.
I remember you telling me one time about your father. I remember one time you telling me about your father. In the wintertime, he would pull out the trunk of a tree.
Oh, yeah. He used to do that.
I've never really heard about that before.
Well, he cut the roots off, and the heavy root would go over.
Right.
And he cut those out, and then cut the tree down,
Yeah.
and then he could sell them in Charlottetown. They put them in the boat, you know.
The wooden boat.
Yeah.
That's staves.
Oh, yeah. It's a heavy, if it's a heavy root, you know,
Right.
it'll be just like that, and then go up.
Bow down and come
Yeah,
up
and
like
it's probably $7 for it.
I see.
Yeah.
And you take that in the wintertime and
Yeah, he'd go in
We'll
town
play.
and sell them, you know.
Yeah.
Sell them to boat builders.
You tell me also he worked and did some of the construction on the fire station.
Oh, in the train station. They built a new
Yeah.
station there. Well, he worked for the railroad later on. He was the boss over, you know, the boss over there. He had a job with the Island Railroad there.
Okay.
And he used to do stone mason work and bricklaying.
He also ran part of the deal on St. Peter's Road, didn't he?
Oh yeah, he was the boss over there.
The first time that they...
But they didn't, that was before they put the macadamized road thing.
I see.
You know, they did that later on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he worked on that road, St. Peter's Road.
Yeah, you know, building it. And somebody stole all the shovels and stuff one time.
Yeah.
That's before I got home. You know, I wasn't home then.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I was.
I remember coming down the road just before you reach 10 Mile House. A big pine tree stands way up in the air.
Oh, that's a fir tree.
That's the fir tree.
Yeah, that's still there. It was.
It was the last time I was there.
Yeah.
When we were down there.
When I was a little fellow like that, it was a big tree then.
Is that right?
Yeah, it was right over the
tree.
spring.
Yeah.
With a spring underneath.
Uh-huh.
You know, I mean, a little ways out. But the tree was still there when I was down the last time. And that must be probably 125 years old.
Beautiful tree.
Yeah. Still there.
I remember you and I talking about your great-grandfather came over from Ireland, County Monaghan.
Ned Smith, yeah.
His name was Ned Smith.
Yeah, as far as I know.
He came over around 1848 during the potato famine.
Yeah.
Eh?
There was my nephews out in the west. My nephew's daughter went over last summer
Yeah.
to get the ancestry. And she wrote to me, and I gave her all the information I could.
Mm-hmm.
You know. But I know that
Ned Smith
was my great-grandfather.
right.
No, my father's father.
Right. And he had two sons. There was Frank, right?
There was Patty and Tom. Tom was a blacksmith, and he had a farm.
Right.
Tom blacksmith. And then there was Huey, Patty, Tom, Huey. You know, they used to make songs there. This one, such a one was there with his swallowtail coat. His surgical collar was fast to his throat. He sat all night like a rat in a game and spent all the night putting Ned's Pretty Mary. So there must have been a Mary, but she died, you know, before I was born. She probably died, she was a younger girl.
Ned's Pretty Mary.
Ned's Pretty Mary.
Right.
And,
Is that the song you were singing earlier about McNally?
no, that's it.
Okay.
There's a little of it that I know.
Yeah. Ned's Pretty Mary. Tell
Ned's
me a little
Pretty
bit about that song. Yeah.
Huh? Well, I don't know much about it, only that somebody made it up, you know,
About him.
about
Ned.
such a guy was there with his swallowtail coat.
Swallowtail coat.
His surgical collar was fast to his throat. He sat all night like a rat in a dairy and spent all night courting with Ned's Pretty Mary. A high hole for the travels on the evening. So there was a Huey too, but he died before I was born. You know, I don't know him.
Some guy was courting Ted pretty
Ned's
married?
pretty married.
You gotta be kidding me.
Yeah, well, it could be.
Yeah, no, I
But-
can understand that. I mean,
Yeah. But there was a Jewy too, but he never was married,
uh-huh.
and he died when he was young probably.
Yeah,
But there was Patty, Tom, and Jim.
yeah.
That would be my father and his two brothers.
And who was your father? It was Jim, right?
Jim, yeah.
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 And Jim was born after they came over from Ireland.
Oh, yeah, they were all born, only Patty was born on the boat coming over.
Patty was born on the boat.
Patty was the older, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Little Patty. He was quite a...
What else would you call him but Patty? He was coming over in the
Yeah,
boat from Ireland.
yeah. But Patty and Tom and Jim, that's the only ones that
Yeah,
I remember. Probably Mary died when she was a young girl, I don't know.
I see.
And Dewey died when he was young.
Mhm.
But I know they used to say that Billy Austin bought a horse from Dewey Smith.
Mm-hmm.
Or wait a minute. He bought a little horse from Dewey Smith last spring, and on the wedding day, he next to Gallon bring Billy Austin,
I see.
And Billy Austin lived down near there, Austin, and he had a family up, well, there was 4 or 5. Emmet Austin got killed in the Second World War in the Kilties. He was in the Kilties, North Africa. Emmet Austin.
Emmet Austin.
Yeah, he was named after me.
I see. So who was the fellow that I met down there?
Oh, that's Jack Austin.
Yeah.
Yeah, he died a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was related to...
Well, no relations, I don't think, although distant relations.
Mhm.
But, they were supposed to be a little colored, but we never made any difference in that. We're all,
Yeah.
we're all friends. We never thought of that,
Mhm.
It was not such a thing. Jack was a nice guy.
I remember
Nice
meeting him
fellow.
back in 1971, I think. it
Yeah,
was.
I know it, yeah. He was a great guy.
That's when we went out to Tracadie Bay.
Yeah. Huh?
When we went out to Tracadie Bay,
Oh,
we
yeah.
stayed out there in that little...
Yeah, that's
Cottage,
cottage,
yeah.
yeah.
Boy, the wind had come across there in the middle of the night, like unbelievable.
But
60 miles an hour.
They used to dig clams over there, too.
Oh, we did. We did clams.
Yeah.
We
But
ate
I
clams.
liked Jack a lot. We used to go to school together, and Jack, of course, was younger than I was.
Mhm.
And we'd snowball at noontime, and I'd say, Jack, you're all right. And his hair would stand right up in his head like that,
Yeah.
Jack, you're a good fighter, Jack. His hair would stand up, Went to school afternoon, the teacher would say, go and comb your hair. But
Do you remember the time you're telling me about the story about how you all took the teacher and put her outside?
Oh, yeah, they're supposed to bury in the ground.
What happened on that?
Well, I don't think there's much to do with it.
Well, tell me about it.
Well, I don't remember much about it because I left school. Yeah. I left school, I went into the schoolroom and shook hands with the kids,
Yeah,
and they
right.
were all crying.
Yeah.
So one time we
What
were
schoolhouse was that? That was
10 Mile House School.
10 Mile House School.
Yeah.
Right?
One day we were
Right on
raising,
St. Peter's Road.
we were raising hell in there, and I got a door that went into the lobby into the schoolroom,
Mhm.
and I had it in my back, and I was walking around the schoolroom, and somebody pushed me, and I hit the pipe, and I knocked them all down.
Uh-huh.
The pipe,
Yeah, right.
stovepipe. And I said, my God, there was no school this afternoon. The teacher came home, came to the school, and said, the kids, the stovepipes are all down. All right. The ringleader should go and get those pipes and put them together and put them up,
Uh-huh.
So we got them all up and wired them up, and now you can clean the floor. And we brought snow in and swept the floor out.
Mm-hmm.
And by the time we got all through doing that, it was time to go home.
I remember you telling me about a teacher who worked in the registry of deeds. He used to write
Oh, that was Baron McCabe.
on the cave.
Baron McCabe, the first teacher I really went to.
Yeah.
And he was a genius.
You were telling me about that.
He was a genius. He could teach Latin, algebra, and I don't know how the hell he learned it, but he knew it all. He could teach and could go to the college exams. Oh, he could teach Latin and algebra and everything.
And he got into some trouble, or somebody tried to force him out of the school.
Yeah, there was a certain bunch that wanted to get him out of there. And of course, my father and some others wanted to keep him in there.
Right.
And he was a good teacher. But finally, we got him out of there. Anyway,
Come on in, Chris.
Anyway, we got him out there. And, you know, the wages that time were too much in teaching.
Yeah.
And he went right into Charlottetown, got a job in the Red Sea Teach and paid him pretty good money.
Your father probably put the muscle on a few people.
Oh, did he?
Mr. Justice. Right?
Yeah.
I'm okay.
Yeah. Oh, he was a good teacher. But there was other ones that didn't like him, like McNally. They would get him out.
The McNally's didn't like you.
Oh, no, and some more of them. But they went to law. They went to court about it.
Yeah.
You know, that he had his arm on this girl's shoulder.
Yeah.
That was going to take the college exam. And there was nothing to it. It was crazy. So they wanted to go into court about it. And me, I was in
He must have flunked one of the McNally's out of school.
I don't know. They want me to go in. I said, no way. I said, I was only about 12 years old. I said, I'm not going in there.
Yeah.
I said, I got nothing against him. He was a good teacher. You know, he really was. Tough, you know.
You remember you telling me about the trains that used to come through 10 Mile?
Tracking.
Through Trackety, you know, and the fire in the summertime would blow out of the engine?
Well, it set a fire one time in the woods there along, and there was a picnic or a tea party over in Bedford, and I could see the smoke. I could see it before I went to the tea party, and I was worried about it. And I came home like down the tracks about 3/4 of a mile, and my mother was getting the cows out, you know.
Yeah.
And I helped to get them out of there. And that
started up a fire, right?
Oh yeah, the train, you know, the sparks set the fire. But I couldn't stay there. I knew there was going to be trouble some way. I was only young, but so I took down the tracks about a mile down at least. And she was getting the cows out of there.
Yeah.
You know.
Do you remember you telling me about a fellow that you met that fought in the Civil War?
Oh yeah, that was out west.
Yeah. Who was that guy?
Well, he was working out there in the west, and the people I worked for came from Kansas, which was they were fighting against the Kansas was against it, you know.
Kansas, they had a
Missouri
fight out there. Kansas, Missouri.
Yeah.
Missouri Compromise, they called it, right?
Well, they might have, but
Quantrill was out there fighting.
She said he's a very nice man. He was quite old.
Yeah.
And he was working in the ranch there. She said, although he was against it, you know.
Yeah.
She said he was a nice man, you know. And he fought for the North, you know.
Yeah.
He fought for the North. Of course, I was young and I didn't think much of it. But
yeah.
I forget his name. I can't think. Because he was quite old.
Well, you and I chatting about this.
Yeah. Although she said he fought for the North, you know.
Even though he fought for the North, he was still a good guy.
Yeah. And of course I couldn't decipher too much then because I knew that there was the North and the South.
That you had a horse by the name of Clockwork, went down the St. Lawrence River on a boat all the way across the ocean and rowed across Europe on Clockwork.
No.
Now you're telling me that's not true.
No, that's not true.
I'm choked.
No, you have different horses. take a horse.
I don't have nice, beautiful red
Yeah.
thing with the pad on and everything else. But you're down there in Regina, right?
Yeah.
And tell us what you did over there.
Okay. We were there for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
In Regina, probably less than that. And then one day we were on the porch, 6 o'clock in the evening. You know, we didn't know what it was. We all put full kits and everything. And we boarded the train to Regina, you know. And we went down to Montreal.
Right.
And
I remember you telling me a story about that. You went into Montreal and
oh yeah. Well,
you couldn't speak French. Or...
Well, no, that was when I was out west. You know, that was
Oh, I see. That's when
That's
you were
what
the other
went
one.
on, yeah. Well, we boarded the boat in the harbor there.
Right.
And went down to St. Lawrence River. But on the way down the train,
What kind of a boat was that?
oh, it was a son of a bitch of an old thing. The Bella Roffin. They sunk her
The
out.
Bell Roffin?
Bella Roffin, yeah.
They ought to
And
think a
it's
boat
supposed
with
to be
anything
the
like
Bella
that.
Roffin that went over the island. It wasn't the same boat that they took. It was supposed to be going to the Isle of Man that they
Right.
killed that fellow there. That was, but anyway,
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
yeah.
And he was a pretty tough guy.
Oh yeah. But the Bella Roffin was the boat that was an old junkie.
Yeah. Was it a wooden boat or?
Yeah. No, a steel boat.
Steel boat.
Oh yeah, it was steel.
They put horses on there and everything?
No, we didn't have our horses.
Nothing.
You know, the horses were shipped over separately.
I see.
You know, from
You went on
Western Canada and everything.
I see.
No horses. We had no horses with us. But anyway, we got on the boat,
It was called the Bell Roffin.
Bella Roffin. We went down the St. Lawrence River.
Yeah.
And that night I got seasick. It wasn't rough anyway. But I seen that I probably had too much to eat. You know, and I got seasick and I threw up all down below on the table,
Yeah.
the mess table.
Yeah.
And I had to get up the next morning and clean it up, get some salt water in the pail and wash it up. Then I decided I'll eat as much, little as I can, because all they had was stewed, boiled bully beef and stuff, you know.
Yeah.
You know, and pneumonia, the mush with no milk or anything.
Hi, Charlene. How you doing?
So
Oh, we're recording. right
anyway, I decided I'd eat as little as I could, you know, all the way
now.
over.
Downstairs.
You know, just enough to keep me living. And there was one fella on the boat that got seriously sick, and he was laying down below there in the concrete. You know, we covered him up some,
Yeah.
and he was very sick. I don't know what was wrong with him. But anyway, he used to get up at 2 o'clock in the morning after we got out in the Atlantic,
Yeah.
you know, and we had to get up and stay up on deck in the morning. Submarine tax or something.
Was it pretty rocky going over there?
No, it wasn't bad. Only thing about it, yeah.
What month did you go over on that boat?
April, I think it was. March, somewhere around there.
So really, you weren't,
Huh?
everything was fine when you were going over
Yeah,
the boat?
we sat on deck, you know, and we get up there at 2 o'clock in the morning and stay on deck till daylight. And then we didn't have we could get up and they'd feed us our breakfast, which was miserable.
Right.
And then we'd have,
What'd you have for breakfast?
mush and
Mush?
no milk.
What's mush?
Well, it's sort of
I never had mush
a
in my life.
porridge or something like that.
They threw everything in there.
Yeah. And I used to get up at
How many guys on the boat did they have on there? The Bell Rock.
500
500 guys.
maybe. But anyway, I used to go up sometime in the middle of the night and I'd stand and get alongside the windows where they were cooking for the officers
Yeah.
and try to buy an apple pie or half an apple pie or something.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you'd pay him anything to get it. And I'd take it up and I'd put it under my...
How much did you pay for the apple pie?
Oh, I don't know. Enough, probably 50 cents or 60 cents.
Big
I
money,
didn't
wasn't
know, you know.
Uh-huh.
But anyway, the officers were good, you know. They were pretty good men.
Right. What'd you sleep in?
Hammock,
Hammock.
right
Oh,
over the mess table.
I see.
Right close together, you know.
I remember you telling me about how you got really sick and you
Well, the first night I
vomited,
yeah.
did the deal.
Then I didn't afterwards, because I ate as little as I could help, you know.
Right.
But there was a fellow by the name of, I forget his name, he must have came from out in Saskatchewan here.
Yeah.
And he was sleeping next to me.
Mm-hmm.
And he'd be going on talking about his girlfriend, just, you know, and I'm trying to
Mm-hmm.
pacify him, say, you'll be all right.
Yeah.
Don't you? You know, he was thinking of his girlfriend all the time, and he left.
Well, I suppose that's the best thing to think about.
Oh,
when you're in the
sure.
hammock
Well, I
in the
didn't
ocean.
have any girlfriend, so I didn't, you know, it didn't bother me that
You were
much.
thinking about girlfriends that didn't exist.
That's right, yeah. So anyway, the officer there was Renard, which was a great guy. He went up to take up some Eskimos a couple of years later, or earlier, and had them down and they were executed down in Regina. They killed some missionaries.
Oh, he's an Northwest Mounted. And he went out and he took a couple of Eskimos down.
Yeah, he cut them down and they had them
They killed missionaries.
Yeah. But there was North, and then there was Dan, Inspector Dan. He was pretty tough.
Inspector Dan. That's
Inspector Dan.
Right.
He was a pretty tough guy, but
He
he was all
sounds
right,
like
though. And Colby.
Yeah.
There were three of them. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And they used to...
Colby.
Colby, yeah.
He must have been tough, too.
No, he was a pretty good guy. They were all pretty good, you know what I mean.
But Inspector Dan had to be real tough.
Oh, yeah. But they had boxing matches up in deck, you know, on the way over.
Like I have
And then we had
downstairs.
tug-of-wars, you know, to keep us active, I suppose. They weren't bad guys. They were all pretty good fellas, you know. But anyway, when the boat went over, when we were halfway over, we all had to go down and get a shower. And it was right out of the North Atlantic.
You had to get a shower?
Oh, sure. In fact, you had to change our clothes, you know.
Oh, did you put a clothespin in, you know?
Well, 3 weeks, you know, with the same underwear on, you get pretty lousy, you know. We didn't get lousy, you know. So you had a shower in the Atlantic Ocean.
It
was cold.
To wake you up? No more seasickness after that.
So then it was 3 weeks, you know, going over. And then about...
Any German U-boats or anything like that? Anybody
I
upset about
didn't see
that?
anything, only they kept us in deck all night, you know,
Watching.
in case. And you're assigned to a certain raft. If anything happened, you'd go to that area, you know. You know, you had lifeboats or rafts or something. So if anything happened like that and the whistle blew, you'd head for that place.
Yeah.
So then we, the last day or so...
Were you thinking about Lord Mountbatten before?
No. No.
Boy, he loves himself.
He does, yeah.
Oh, unbelievable. Well, the English like themselves.
But then, when we got over to the Irish Sea, I guess, or somewhere there, we had U-boats. I knew that we're pretty close to England. They had U-boats flying, and those that planes got around, you know.
Boy, if they ever knew you were coming, they would have had all the U-boats out around that's the big ship, right?
But the funny part of it is, when we got over to England, you know, we're lined up going to our camp, you know. And a hand came between us and Leo Borisov, which was my...
Leo Borisov?
Leo Borisov. Borassa, her birth.
Borassa.
Yeah.
I see.
His hand came right between us.
And he was your best friend?
Well, yeah, he was a good friend.
He was one of your best friends?
Yeah.
Right?
And they went the other way, and we went that way, and we were in the ITT. Royal Canadian
Dragoon.
Yeah, they were from
Dragon.
And Leo went with the Canadian Mounted Rifles, I suppose. You know, they were all split up. And then
CMRs.
the minute that we got to England, that had the cooks there with the best cooks you'd ever see. They cooked rabbit like nothing.
Is that right?
Yeah.
After going through mud, you must have been.
They were great cooks, you know. They knew, and you could go on. You'd go down at night when the train there. We'd go down to the roller skating rink. We'd come home at 9 at night or 10. He'd go down to the cookhouse and he'd give me some stew or something. You know, they were great guys.
But you must have black and blue rear ends. Skating like that, I mean, you know.
Huh?
Did you do a lot of skating then?
Oh, we used to go roller skating every night.
Could you stand up?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, good.
They had concrete rinks, you know, but
Concrete rinks.
concrete rinks, but they were good, you know.
So you wouldn't want to fall down. You wouldn't try to fall.
No. Oh, I did fall down. I tore all my panties or something, and I went up for another set, and he said, "You got those a month ago, 3 weeks ago." I said, I tore them, that's all, you know. But they issued me another set, you know.
That was nice of them. I thought they were going to send you back home.
But I can always say that our barracks were the best barracks where they were old Imperial barracks, you know, stone barracks, and there was a fireplace on them. And there used to be two guys there that used to get drunk when they get paid.
Did they?
McIntosh and Trustler.
Right.
They get home that night and they'd be plastered. And they start smashing up stuff, you know. Well, you know what I mean.
I can hear them.
But 2 days after McIntosh come, "Hey, Smithy, could you give me a pound? Loan me a pound." I said, "Okay, Mike, give me a pound." But the minute he get paid, he'd pay me right off, quick.
Right.
That was the first thing he did. Then he did.
So he's an honest man, and then he head right for the bar.
He goes right for the bar. But I don't know who.
He's probably the guy that won the war.
I don't know who ended up, whether he owed me or I owed him, you know. But he went over to France with me. Yeah, McIntyre.
You ever hear the saying, "Mind your P's and Q's"?
Yeah.
You know where it comes from? That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
That was in England.
That's right.
Yeah.
You take a friend out and you go to a bar, and they'd buy you a drink, and you buy them a drink.
Yeah.
And there were pints and quads. And
but the funny part of it,
you always mind your pints and quads.
I never went to a bar with me. You know, I never went.
Well, you didn't like the English too much anyway.
Well, no, they were kind of, the girls were kind of homely anyway.
Stick.
But it's funny that the only thing that I saw worse about it, we went on.
You probably thought the Germans should have won rather than the English.
We went up to
the fur lines might have been better.
We went to Scotland and Leeds, you know.
Right.
Little Spence.
Yeah.
And another fella, I know it, I can't think of it.
His name is Little Spence.
Well, Spence was a little fella.
Okay.
You know what I mean. He was E.W. Spence. You know, E.W. Spence.
He must have been a hell of a hitter.
Oh, yeah, he was a good kid. And then there was another fellow, I forget his name, myself. We went up to Edinburgh.
Yeah.
For 6 days or 5 days. But they always had you on call.
Was that the day that you were telling us about earlier today when Megan was shining our shoes?
Huh?
In Edinburgh?
Yeah, I went up.
Megan, when she shined our shoes today.
Yeah, we went to Edinburgh Cast, you know.
Yeah.
You know. And we came back, and then our name was up on the board overseas, you know.
Yeah.
So, but 35 was, you know. And I almost swore at the master.
Happy? You can sit down there and you can listen.
They had they sunk a ship right below us on the English Channel.
Right. So
they had to march us to Dover. And that was probably 18 miles in the heat, you know. We had a heavy underwear on and everything. If we had realized it, I'd have thrown my underwear off.
Yeah.
Get rid of it.
Well, you should have done that.
Yeah, but my ass was skinned and everything else, but I stuck with it. I got some of them fell out.
Yeah.
They could have taken a lorry. We used to call them lorries.
Truck.
The lorries. They could have drove us there in the lorries. No need in doing that. No. Crazy.
So there you were, sitting in England, right?
Huh?
You in England, right?
In Folkestone, you know.
Folkestone.
Yeah.
And you were getting ready to go over there to
Yeah, we went to
Belgium.
Dover. We didn't know where we were going,
Yeah.
but they lined us up at 10 o'clock in the morning. We had to get there at 2 in the afternoon. To get to
Meanwhile, Spots was still sitting back and
Spots
retired.
was still there. So then we went for about 3 days. We got to Dover. We got to over to Etap.
Yeah, you went from Dover to Etap.
Etap.
Yeah.
And then we had to go that night. And
You had a French meal that night when you got over there?
Oh, no,
Huh?
Christ, no.
What did you have?
We didn't have anything.
That's when they made you run in your underwear.
We went in a freight train a little ways, and then we had a mash. And then we got to One Blanket Hill, we call it.
One blanket?
One Blanket Hill. We went up to that.
That night you wanted 2 blankets. And they didn't have it.
And the sergeant went over to the cookhouse, you know, and he stole 2 or 3 knives, big knives, and stole some cheese and bread, you know, and we had something to eat. And then we had to go for
Little vino, too?
about 2 or 3 days. But the second day we were out, that night we slept in a barnyard, a French barnyard. There was a barn there in the house, but they were all gone, everything.
Everybody left.
The Germans were all, you know, being in there.
Yeah, the crowd.
And we slept in a cart, 2 or 3 of us, in a dump cart. And then the next night was worse. We slept on the ground away from the house.
Well, I remember you telling me about that dump cart that you slept in.
Yes.
And you were telling me something, you woke up.
Yeah, it was raining like hell, and the end of the cart was out beyond the roof, you know, and the water was coming down.
Right on you.
On us, yeah.
And that's why you woke up.
Oh, Christ, yeah. But then the next night we marched and we walked and walked and walked. We went to march and we just walked. And we slept outside in the ground. And then the next day we got to, I forget the name of the place where the horses were.
Right.
I knew the place, I can't think of it. We issued our horses there.
And that's where you saw Spotswood again.
Yeah, I got on
Right
the horse and he started bucking like a son of a bitch. And I was hanging
I
on.
should have left you back and...
The other guys, their horses didn't, but the one I got started bucking like hell.
Yeah, right.
And I stuck with him some way or other. And he stopped, you know what I mean. He saw that he couldn't get me off. And then
He
we,
just took one look at you, right?
yeah, and then we rode for a couple of days till we got up to our own outfit.
Did he like you after that?
I guess he did. I don't know.
Or did he just give up?
But that Sergeant Jones was a great guy.
Uh-huh.
Oh, he had been over there and back, you know.
Whatever happened to the inspector?
Inspector Dan?
Inspector Dan?
They never went over. They was dead in England. The only one that went to England was...
The inspectors always remain in England.
well, Lenars was a good guy. And the
Lenars?
other were, too. Proby. He came over. He landed in one night there. And I had to take him... I was called down. We were sleeping up in a room with the... You know, the windows all blowing out and everything. Smith, down here. I went down to your room. You carried...
You should have said, which one?
Proby, he was there. And I was feeling sorry, but because I should have made out with him more. Proby didn't know who I was. But I could have said, well, I came over with you. But, you know, I didn't do that. There was something backward about me that way. And Proby had...
There's nothing backwards about that. Maybe you didn't want to do it.
Well, I should have, you know. Proby had his blankets and everything, and Proby said, I'll carry those. Those men are too tired to pick, you know, to... So I went along with him, you know, and took some of his stuff. He was a great guy. He wouldn't, he said, those men are tired. He said, I'll take my own stuff, you know.
So you got a real sense about people that are good.
That's good.
Huh?
Yeah.
And that's what life should be about.
That's good.
Right.
Now, Dan, Inspector Dan,
Inspector Dan.
he was a really tough guy.
He's like what they call J.R. on Dallas.
Yeah, but don't forget, when we were going on leave, I don't know how the hell I got it to put, but I sent a wire to the the bank in Cowley, the Royal Bank of Canada. I had $75 or 76 in the bank there. And I sent a wire to the bank. And I had the money back inside of a day and a half or something.
Really?
And I don't know how they did it.
Amazing. They can't do that today.
Well, look, I sent a wire to the Royal Bank of Canada for $75. And I had that back inside of 2 days. And I don't know how the hell they did it. A check for $75. I think I'd probably...
No, they knew that the guy that was going to win the whole war was over there. And they better get the check over quickly.
And they sent it.
Or they're going to lose the whole deal.
It came to Inspector Dan. And
Inspector
they got
Dan,
word to me that you check it to Inspector Dan's office. And Inspector Dan had nothing to do with us then. We were in the RTDs. But by golly, I had it back.
What happened to your friend that you when they come down the middle of the line? Yeah.
Oh, Leo went out west, and I saw him when we were out there. We drove out there.
Who was the guy that got mustard gas?
Huh?
That came down, I remember Mummy telling me years ago about coming down the middle of the line. And some fella, one of your best friends,
Oh,
got gas.
Oh, yeah. Oh, good. But they went with us.
No, I understand.
He was a Ferdinand mechanic.
Yeah.
And he lived for about 2 years. He taught school.
He went back home to...
Yeah, he taught school out west thinking he could be it, but
he couldn't.
no.
I met a fellow, it's going to be 15 years ago, that got gas too.
Yeah.
First World War. And I knew, you remember David Sullivan? His wife's father, right?
Oh, yeah.
He got gas in the First World War,
Yeah.
and he lived all those years.
Yeah.
But it burned his lungs out
It did burn him eventually.
eventually.
Oh, yeah.
He was a little slow, but...
Yeah. But Ferdinand McKenna, I went to school with him, in Tracking, and he got gas and killed him in about 2 years. He taught school out west thinking he could be it, you know.
So then you were fighting out there, right?
Yeah.
In Belgium.
Yeah. Well, Roy
Now,
left there.
Tell me the story. Do you remember the story about the colonel, the English? Your love for the English, right? He marched you all up a hill.
We were billeted behind the lines, you know.
Right.
I think the armistice was signed there. But he came into camp, you know, and he was an English officer. And he came into camp, and I don't know what the hell.
He had a swagger stick.
Oh, sure.
And he swaggered all over the place.
And he wanted to take the men out for a workout. And when it over, there was a hill away over with a chop, you know, chop.
Yeah.
And he's going to take the men out and give them a workout, you know.
Yeah.
So he took us out. That was right in the Somme battlefield, or the Somme, or the Battle of the Somme.
The Battle of the Somme.
Yeah, when that was all in that area. And he's marching a quick march, you know. He's walking along with his stick.
And you're marching up a hill.
Two behind.
And there's trenches on either side of the hill, right?
The two, you know, we're marching 2 by 2.
Yeah. And they're all Canadians, right?
Yeah,
Back of the Englishmen, right?
But the started jumping into the trenches, you know.
On either side.
Yeah, and we jumped, I don't know, it was one trench at the moment. The trenches would be farther apart than that, you know.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, they all jumped into trenches. And we'd look up and we'd see him going like this.
And he's marching all by himself.
Well, I think he had probably 2, you know, with him.
Yeah. And he gets up on the top.
He gets up on the top and he starts back, you know. And some of the guys got some rusty rifles there and started shooting over his head, you know. And I heard him saying he was right near us.
He danced all the way down the mountain.
Oh, damn Canadian sons of bitches. We're under the trench, no listen. Damn Canadian sons of bitches. And he got back to camp, I suppose, and we stood there while then we went back in.
He was hopping all the way down the side of the hill.
Oh, sure. But they were shooting over his head. And the minute he heard those, I guess I better get the hell out of here if he's going to get me. You know,
Which he did.
And,
Then he reported you all, right?
oh, yeah, but he didn't have any names or anything.
Well, how could he get names?
No, he didn't have any names. He probably had about 60 when he started out.
Yeah.
There was nobody there when you get up there. But
He had no...
He didn't think of looking around, you know. So our officers lined us up that night, you know.
Yeah.
No, boy, you should have more just looking at that, and they were laughing like cows. Yes. Oh, yeah.
So it was all forgiven.
That was truly funny.
That was the time when you came back from, you know, you were all over in England, waiting to come back home.
Oh, no, we went to North Wales.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you do there?
Well, we went up to Belgium. We were there for a couple of months. Up in Belgium. And then we were called home because...
To the rain?
No. Anybody want to join up? Join up in the mounted police and serve out their time. But none of us wanted to do it and weren't paying too much
I thought
money.
you wanted to join right away.
Well, no, I was undecided, but I figured there weren't paying too much money in here. So we got over to North Wales, you know. And that was a big dispersal camp in North Wales. There was every province in Canada. And soldiers there all over the place, a big place. Like Prince Edward Island and Nova Scotia were one. And the Brunswick was another, all the way up. So then they had a riot there, too.
I heard about that. In the First World War, they kept all the soldiers there, and everybody got all
And they weren't
upset.
getting paid off.
Yeah.
And they started a riot. There was some of them children, I guess. But they lost
And
up.
at that point in time, the English thought they should have lost the war. Right?
Yeah, but finally
Finally, they let you all
finally
go.
they paid them off.
Now, what boat did you come back on?
Oh, we had a beautiful boat.
Oh, you had a beautiful one.
Oh, yeah, the SS Douglas. Oh,
SS Belgium.
Douglas, yeah.
D-E-L-G-I-C.
Oh, that was a nice boat. You had everything to eat, plenty of eggs.
Everything.
Yeah. Everything was nice.
You didn't have to put on boxing matches or anything
No,
like that,
nothing.
right?
Oh, we're all...
Floating right across there.
Yeah. Came over in 6 days and 6 hours.
Really? And you went to where? St. John's?
We went to Halifax. Yeah. And we got off in Halifax.
Right.
Then we got a train to... would be right at the ferry there.
Right.
And came home.
That's when you walked into the house and you said to your
Yeah.
mother, I'm from Port Augusta.
I'm from Port Augusta.
And
I'm
she
a
said what?
captain. And she's looking at me, you know.
She said, I'm a McGackin. Right?
Yeah. But she's looking at me. She's got, you know, she didn't know for sure. You know, and then I took her in hell,
How'd
you
you
know,
get?
dead with her.
She must have been very pleased. What did your father say when he died?
He pretty near died. He was out somewhere and he heard I was home, you know.
Yeah.
And he hugged me and hugged me, you know.
Kissed you.